Hello, everyone. My name is Dimitra, and I'm really excited to be here with you today, representing Net Company, and company that's driving digital transformation responsible across Europe. Today, we will focus on turning AI from a buzzword to real solutions that solve actual problems. I will share with you what we have learned building AI projects, the failures and the challenges that we meet, and of course, I will share with you the best practices that we follow and work. So, a few words about me. I studied electrical and computer engineering at Technical University of Crete, and I'm currently pursuing my executive MBA in Thessaloniki. In my career path, I started as a developer and later moved into more managerial roles. I was a business analyst and a lead product owner. Today, I am a project manager in Data Intelligence and AI Solutions Department, where I help to deliver AI projects from an idea to impact. So, let's have a look at some of the current AI trends. AI field is a field that is evolving so fast, so the today trends might be already outdated tomorrow. And this is the reason why we consider term traditional AI. It's the AI that responds to simple questions. It can predict, classifies, and analyze based on what it has learned. For example, it can respond to questions like, what kind of flower is this? Is it a lily or a rose? Then we have generative AI, also known as Gen AI. Here, AI goes beyond. It generates something new. It can create new content, new ideas, new solutions. For example, you can ask it, can you create an image of me holding my puppy? And when we are talking about multimodal AI, we are referring to those AI models that can handle multiple types of data at once, like text, images, even audio. Lastly, we have agentic AI, a very emerging trend, right? Here, the AI acts autonomously. It can plan ahead, execute tasks, execute workflows, and interact with the environment with real data. I am sure that all of you use AI in your daily tasks, maybe more often than you think. We have customer support. Almost each website you can see at the bottom of the screen an icon that says, how can I help you today? You type your question and AI responds almost instantly with a solution. We have the phone senders. You're frustrated, you're ready to complain about something, and then you hear that robotic voice says, if you need this, press 1. If you need that, press 2. I know it might not be the same with human interaction, but this is how AI learns, evolves, getting smarter, getting faster, and understanding our needs. Marketing has been very beneficial with AI. Campaigns that used to take days to be created can now have personalized content and presentation slides in just a few minutes. Software development. Here is where the AI makes a real difference. I am sure that all of you use AI tools in order to generate code scripts. And I would guess that you use more than one AI tool in order to do that. And don't worry, your boss knows that, because actually does the same. But AI is not only about day-to-day tasks. It can also be applied for internal operation, strategies, decision-making, and processes. But here is the big question. Is it trained enough? Is it always delivering a value? We are hearing about huge companies and startups put enormous budget in this AI. Yet, according to an MIT study, 95% of those projects return little to no profit. And then there are other studies that confirm that 80% of those projects, they don't reach production. or they don't meet expectation. So what's going on here? Is it just a hype? It is partly hype, yes, but most of it is strategy. They're still investing on this because they need to position themselves as leader in this field. And in that company, we take this hype and we make it an action. Nevertheless, the failures are still here. In my opinion, most AI projects fail not due to algorithms, but mostly due to lack of alignment, high expectations, and wrong strategy. Many times, teams just jump in without having a clear requirement. They don't know what they are going to solve. Other times, they changing the latest sunny model without understand if it will fit in their solution, without spending proper time on the design and the analysis. Poor data quality could sink a project before it even starts. And when expectations are set too high and results are not magical, then stakeholders lose trust. Keep in mind that today we have many roles like business analysts, AI engineers, data scientists, all speak a different language. Of course, there are technical challenges as well. With pre-training LLMs, you can meet the hallucination, the fact that the information produced does not even exist in the data. Compliance and security risk, especially when sensitive data are used or exposed. And in case of Gen AI, without proper fine-tuning, the output could be harmful, biased, or discriminatory. Nevertheless, all these risks can be mitigated with the right strategy, the responsive design, and the proper alignment between business and tech. And here is our approach. First of all, we select the model that we need to use. We have three options here. Proprietary AI models, a strong out-of-the-box solution, but data goes to the cloud, and API rate limit could increase cost. ChatGPT, Cloud, sorry. Then we have open source AI models. Here you have full control, privacy, customization, but you need technical expertise. And then there is, of course, the hybrid logic. Mix them both, and this is what we usually do in our company. We select proprietary for performance and open source AI models for sensitive data. Sorry for that. The next thing that we do is prompt and context engineering. We analyze the prompt carefully in order to fully understand the problem and highlight keywords. Then we define the objectives clearly. Knowing what your AI model needs to implement will generate relevant outputs. We always include context and examples in order to guide our model to specific cases, and we fine-tune it only when it's necessary due to the cost. We define constraints like response limit, the style, the focus in order to guide our model. And last, but very important, we experiment with prompt. It is very important to experiment and iterate with many structures and approaches in prompts until you get the most relevant results for your solution. The third step is the evaluation. We focus on many dimensions. So we have an AI running model, but is it delivering a value? We check about accuracy, the domain performance, the safety. You can do that with many ways. You can search online about many business metrics. Then you can use another LLM to review your LLM. A good practice to set a test suite, either locally, either on client premises. And of course, don't forget about users' feedback. It is the most important feedback because the actual user of your solution will define if your solution is practical. AI needs tolerance in results. Experiment, iterate, and then improve. So here's a case study that we have developed in that company. It is related with safety and healthy procedures. The goal is to digitalize some instructions and manuals in order to ensure safety working conditions. Here the goal was to implement an AI assistant that can interact with the user, upload a photo of yourself, for example, and check if your equipment is good enough in order to work, if it is a good day to cut some trees. So we have real-time meteorological data. And here is the technical diagram of this solution. You can see that we have many sources of information. The SharePoint is used for those digital procedures, manuals, best practices. The API weather agent is used in order to utilize the environmental data. We have the source of cameras, visuals, a Postgres database that will store all those historical data and enables fast performance retrieval, a knowledge base that will utilize all this documentation in a searchable, ready AI format to be used by our agents. Of course, we have the LLMs that driving the reasoning, and at the center, you can see where all the power is setting. Inside the land graph, hosted on a Docker container for reliability and scalability. Then we have specific agents like the classification agent that will analyze the visuals from cameras, the RAG agent that performs retrieval augmented generation using the knowledge base, and the weather agent that interprets meteorological data. Of course, after all, the risk evaluation agent will predict and inform the user about the outcomes. We have a governance layers for transparency and compliance, and all these solutions can be accessed by the user in a mobile or tablet interface. Isn't it beautiful? So, in my experience, even a simple model can deliver value. The real challenge is not just finding smarter models, it is the ways to use them. Remember that small wins build trust much faster than changing the impossible. Thank you so much for your time. Please don't hesitate to come at Netcompany booth to talk more.